house, you do that. And a guy who needs no introduction, but Georgia Southern legend, will be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame coming up later this year. The great Adrian Peterson in the house. AP, what's up, man? How are you?
All good, man. Keeping it extremely busy, but I wouldn't have it no other way.
Yeah, you are always doing things for folks in the community. You're always speaking, visiting, helping folks in any way that you can. I know you've been in Waycross. What were you doing in the swamp?
Oh yeah, I was there speaking. Started on Wednesday, so I hit all 9 schools in the county. So 3 schools a day, and it was a great place to be, man.
I know that's empowering stuff when you get to share your message with young folks. College football season is here. You're going to be at the Peach Bowl later this year. You have a lot going on. You're going to be recognized at Georgia Southern. We'll talk about that. What do you remember about fall camp? Because it's a little bit different than spring camp, I would think, in that you're actually preparing for something. The anticipation, the excitement's there. You got beautiful Eagle Creek, of course, in Statesboro. Take us back to fall camp when you were at Georgia Southern.
And you know what? Each year was a little bit different. In '98, I was a freshman going in trying to earn a starting job. '99 was coming in off of a crazy loss in the national championship game, so trying to get back just to that game. And then 2000 was trying to repeat, and you know, as you know, it's always tough to repeat. And then 2001 as a senior, trying to go out on top and also be an extremely great leader. So each year was a little bit different, but always great to get out there and build with the team.
Absolutely, and Georgia Southern's got Auburn to open the year. They have a tough schedule. Can you set the tempo for the season in practice? Do you kind of learn a lot about yourself and the team as you get ready for the start of the year?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, who's making plays, and making plays on a consistent basis. It's easy to make a play on Monday and then disappear until Friday. So I think what the coaches and they look for is who making plays consistently, every day, whether it's picking up a blitz, catching a screen pass, or whatever it is, just making those plays every day.
You talked about your freshman years. We're hanging out in studio with the GOAT, Adrian Peterson. How long did it take the transition to click for you to go from, okay, I can play college football to I'm pretty good at this level?
You know, coming from a tremendous powerhouse in high school, so I was fortunate enough to you know, as a freshman in high school, to be on the scout team going against my older brother Mike Peterson, who was a All-American safety, All-American quarterback. So you know, just being around those guys, and if I made a semi-spectacular run on the scout team as a freshman, it just kind of boosted my confidence level. So I got to college, it was, you know, basically learning the offense, and then once you learn that, let your athletic ability take over.
How much different was the approach, Adrian Peterson, the freshman in fall camp, to Adrian Peterson, the senior All-American, the star in fall camp? Or was it the same in terms of your mindset and how you got ready for the season?
As my mindset, it stayed pretty much the same. As a freshman, I was going in there competing for a job, and as a senior, I was going in there to let the guys know, you know, I'm the starter and why I'm the starter, not just for the game, but also in practice. At the end of practice, when we condition, I'm gonna be in the front. So you know, so the mindset was similar, going in, earning the job, and as a senior, you know, keeping and earning more respect.
There's such a tradition and a pageantry with Georgia Southern, and I think some of the freshmen who maybe have heard about it, they're learning about it now on campus. All the things that the fans love, you know, Eagle Creek, the yellow school buses. What do all those traditions mean to you now when you look back years ago now at your career and kind of think about what you went through and what you experienced in Statesboro?
It's great, and it's amazing just to be on that stage, just to be a part of that. You know, you look way back and say, oh yeah, they did that, you know, 10, 12 years ago. And now when you go through it, okay, we in the moment now. And then to still look back 10 years later and they still doing the same thing and continuing to win. So, you know, tradition is great with the Eagle Creek and Yellow School buses, but the main tradition is winning. We always win at Georgia Southern.
Very well said, very poignant. Adrian Peterson in the house, one of the great players in college football history. And I want to say a phrase, and I want to get your immediate reaction. Adrian Peterson, College Football Hall of Famer. That's a big smile.
And that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a smile. It's a smile because, and you know, to be honest, I didn't go to college to win the Walter Payton Award, to get into the College Football Hall of Fame. I went to college to win football games, and it just shows that when you win, everybody is recognized just a little bit more. And I hope that's what got me in is being a part of a winning tradition.
Yeah, really cool stuff. And I know you're going to be recognized a number of different times over the season. Give folks kind of the rundown of what you know your schedule is. I know some things are still being worked out, but of kind of what you're going to be experiencing this fall.
Yeah, so the first home game for Georgia Southern, they're going to recognize me at either pregame or halftime. And then later on in the year, the actual Hall of Fame ceremony is in December up in New York. And then at the end of the year, the first of the year, we will be recognized again at the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia.
And that's going to be pretty cool. And you were telling us before the show, a couple of guys that folks may have heard of, a part of your class. Tell us some of those names.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. For the first, you know, I'm a running back, so a guy who I watched a lot is Marshall Faulk. And so you know, seeing him throughout his college and pro career is amazing. And then another guy is Brian Urlacher, who I had the opportunity to play with for 8 years in Chicago. And Peyton Manning, who you know, I seen him play a lot at Tennessee against my brother when he was at Florida, and then you know, having to face him in the Super Bowl and coming up on the short end of the stick. But and last but not least, Steve Spurrier, who is already a legend, you know, himself, especially in the Gainesville community, and been the head coach at Florida when I'm coming through, and seeing him at the game when my older brother Mike was playing there.
Yeah, pretty cool. Going to come full circle. Adrian Peterson going to be in the College Football Hall of Fame, and I'm glad to have him here in studio on 3 and Out on the Southern Pigskin Radio Network. I want to switch gears with you a little bit and go back to what we first talked about. You were speaking to kids in Waycross, and I know that's a real passion of yours. Talk about how that's kind of evolved for you. You, of course, have the book. Your message has resonated with so many people, has changed lives. How special is that to you to know that, yeah, you're a pretty good football player, but you're able to impact people in a way that not many people can, speaking all over the country now?
It's amazing. And at one of the elementary schools that I spoke at, one of the kids asked me, when did you know you wanted to become a motivation speaker? And that was an amazing question because I never thought I would become one. I did it to promote the book in Statesboro, Georgia about 4 years ago. And here we are 4 years later, still going strong. And another young lady out of a different school, she's not a football fan. She had no clue of who I was. And her mom messaged me and said she don't know nothing about football or sports, but she said that you are an amazing speaker. And that speaks volume because, as you said, I was pretty good in football, but I want to be known more than just a football player, a father, a friend, a mentor, and most importantly, a role model.
Absolutely. And you talk about spreading the message of overcoming adversity, of pushing through. Where did you, and I know we're going back a couple of years as this has become second nature for you, where did you find the courage to realize, I have a platform, I have a message, I'm going to get it out to people? How did that kind of first come about?
It actually came about from the book. We sent out emails, I think, to all the schools in Bullitt County, and 5 of them responded. So I actually spoke at those 5 schools. And before it was time for me to leave and head back to Chicago, I was receiving emails, text messages from the other 7. How can we get you to our school? And I didn't realize the impact it was until I read those emails and text messages. And it just leapfrog from there. Social media posts and stuff, and just word of mouth is an amazing tool.
Absolutely. Before we let you go, how ready are you for football season, man? We'll have Georgia Southern Auburn and New Hampshire coming up right around the corner. You have NFL preseason games going on. You're still a big fan, right?
It's time. It's time. It's time. You know, I follow basketball, a little bit of baseball, but I'm a football player. So every about August 1st, you know, you get the itch, you know, to I think it's time to start hitting some people. But after watching a couple of those preseason games, I think I'm very comfortable sitting on that couch and being a critic.
Hey, I hear you, man. The great Adrian Peterson. You're talking about a college football legend, college football Hall of Famer, and I tell you what, a better man. Thank you for what you do in communities, man. It's great stuff.
Appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Good to see you.